Let us all take our seats. Once again, good morning, everyone. And on behalf of the Committee on Civil Service and Professional Regulation, our regular meeting is hereby called to order. May I ask one of our members to move to dispense with the calling of the roll and for the approval of the previous meeting?
Madam Chair, I move to dispense with the calling of the roll.
Second.
And I would like to move that we dispense with the reading of the minutes of the previous meeting and thereafter approve the same. Madam Chair.
Second.
There is a motion to dispense with the calling of the roll and the approval of the minutes of the previous meeting, duly seconded, and there being no objections, the motion is carried. May I now acknowledge the presence of our committee members and authors for this morning. First, we have a representative of the Lone District of the City of Malabon. We have Congressman Antolin Oreta III. Good morning, sir. Also, we have the representative of the First District of Bukidnon, Honorable Representative Jose Manuel Alba.
Morning, Chair.
Morning. And also for our representative from the 4th District of Quezon, Representative Congressman Keith Micah, Attorney Mike Tan. Morning, sir. May we now ask the committee secretary to acknowledge our guests and resource persons for this morning.
Thank you, Madam Chair, Your Honors, and good morning. For today's meeting, we have the following resource persons and guests. From the Department of Budget and Management, Ms. Joy R. Rico, Acting Department Legislative Liaison Specialist. Mr. Lloyd John Pacquiado, Budget and Management Specialist 1. From the Technical Education and Skills Development Authority, we have the Deputy Director for Finance and Legal Affairs, Mr. Abelino D. Tolentino III. Mr. Lakmi C. Pasio, Supervising TESD Specialist of the Certification Office. Ms. April May G. Banasan of the Legal Division Office. From the Department of Labor and Employment, we have Mr. Court Nankil, Ms. Kristine Antoinette Parong Dalion. From the National Youth Commission, we have Attorney Eriben Laarni Lavin, Attorney Nur Halim Karim, and Attorney Kasan Ali Lambona Jr. From the Department of the Interior and Local Government, we have Ms. Cristina B. Laborte, Ms. Hazel E. Belamide, Mr. Carlos Rafael M. Imperio. From the Commission on Audit, we have Attorney Jemuel Lobo, Mr. John Ferrer, Mr. John Lester Tamayo. From the Department of Social Welfare and Development, we have Honorable Undersecretary Maria Cassandra Orbistondo Gonzalez. For the information of everyone, the Civil Service Commission has sent a letter of excuse stating that they are unable to join us today, as all CSE officials are currently attending a directorate conference. However, they have assured the committee that their position paper will be submitted at the soonest possible time. And also, the DEV also expressed their inability to attend today's meeting due to an equally important official engagement. Nevertheless, they assured the committee that they will submit their position paper at the soonest possible time. We also invited the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas and the Government Service Insurance System. However, the committee has not yet received any confirmation of attendance from them as of this time. That would be all for now, Madam Chair.
Thank you very much, ComSec. Good morning once again, everyone. Thank you to our members, our authors, our resource persons from various agencies who made time to join us today. We have a full agenda, and the measures before us all center on one objective, and that is to make the government service more equitable, more efficient, and more responsive to the needs of our workers. We will begin with the bills amending Section 4 of the Republic Act number 6656, which seek to provide preferential appointment to employees affected by government reorganization. This measure aims to ensure that government workers are protected and treated justly whenever agencies undergo restructuring. The House acted on this and approved it on third reading and in the previous Congress, but it was not acted into law due to unavoidable circumstances. Next, we will also take up the bill providing personal finance education for state workers, which the House has already approved on second reading. We will also consider proposals to strengthen the Skills Certificate Equivalency Program of the Civil Service Commission and Technical Education and Skills Development Authority. This program recognizes competencies gained not only through formal education, but also through training and experience. Many of our workers stand to benefit from clearer standards and improved recognition of their skills. This measure likewise passed on second reading in the House in the previous Congress. The committee will then discuss the bills institutionalizing the government internship program, an initiative that offers young people meaningful exposure to public service and helps build a future-ready government workforce. The proposals ensure that the program is well supported, properly implemented, and genuinely beneficial to our interns. We also have House Bill number 2771, which seeks to make the government's recruitment and selection process more transparent and inclusive. I understand that the Civil Service Commission has recently issued new guidelines on this matter, representing a major reform initiative. We therefore look forward for the CSC's guidance. In addition, we will address several measures concerning equally important matters such as preventing money lending salary disbursing officers, allowing service extension in exceptional cases, creating an early retirement and voluntary separation program, ensuring holiday pay for contractual and casual employees, and institutionalizing telenetwork policies in government. All these proposals aim to strengthen working conditions in government and modernize the way we support and manage our workforce. Considering that some of these measures were already deliberated in the previous Congress, we may not be able to discuss each item exhaustively today, but may I respectfully request everyone to keep your comments brief so we would be able to ask you also for the submission of your position papers at the soonest possible time so that we may study them and possibly incorporate your inputs and recommendations to the proposed measures. Thank you once again for your presence and your cooperation. With that, we now proceed with our first measure. Item number 6, ComSec, please read the title of the measure.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Initial deliberation on House Bill numbers 843, 2983, and 4182, an act providing preferential appointment to appointive officers and employees holding valid appointments to the new positions in the approved staffing pattern following a government reorganization, amending for the purpose Section 4 of Republic Act number 6656 by Representatives Kristine Alexie Tutor, Yedda Marie Romualdez, Andrew Julian K. Romualdez, Jude Asidre, and Laarni Lavin Roque, respectively.
Thank you, ComSec. On behalf of the authors, may I ask our representative?
Chair?
Yes.
On
Kong
behalf,
Alba.
on behalf of Representative Kristine Alexie Tutor, I would like to sponsor and respectfully manifest for the record that her explanatory note on House Bill number 843 be considered and adopted as her sponsorship speech for this measure.
Thank you, Representative Alba. Now we will be calling on our different resource persons. Did you mention everybody for the author? Also, may we also request that the rest of
Madam
the
Chair,
authors
yes.
be sponsored?
On behalf of Representatives Yedda Marie Romualdez, Andrew Julian Romualdez, and Jude Asidre, I would like to sponsor. And Madam Chair, the Honorable Roque. I would like to sponsor and respectfully manifest for the record that their explanatory note on House Bill number 2983 be considered and adopted as their sponsorship speech for this measure. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you so much. Now we may call on our resource persons. Do we have a representative from the Department of Budget and Management for your position on this measure? Nandito sa DBM. Walang DBM. Sino nandito?
Wala rin ma'am ang TESDA, ang PIGEA, Philippine Government.
Do we have a representative?
Wala rin.
Sino
They're not coming.
Anyone from the resource persons or agencies present here would like to give comments on the proposed measure regarding the preferential appointment bill from our authors? Do you have any?
Ma'am, from the public sector.
May we have representative from the public sector for your comment regarding the preferential appointments?
Mr. Glenn, Pastor Phil.
Mr. Glenn, what?
Pastor Phil.
Sir Glenn Pastor Fide.
Isang makakalikasan at magandang araw po sa ating lahat. Ako po si Glenn Pastor Fide, Vice President po ng Philippine Government Employees Association. The Philippine Government Employees Association expresses its sincere gratitude for the invitation. We respectfully submit our position on the legislative measures included today's agenda. On preferential appointment, amending RA number 6656, House Bill number 843, House Bill number 2983, and House Bill number 4184. PGA firmly supports these measures in times of government or reorganization, granting preferential appointment to employees holding valid appointments in critical, we must ensure that current civil servants are given priority in appointments to new positions under approved staffing pattern. This strengthens the security of tenure and honors their dedicated service. House Bill number 03641, we agree with the amending the administrative code to mandate a personal finance education program. It is essential to educate state workers on proper financial management to prevent indebtedness, which often leads to administrative issues and affects the personal well-being of the employees. Do I have to mention on skill certificate equivalency and other measures? Ma'am?
Sir Glenn,
Yes, ma'am.
we will be tackling first the first bill on regarding the preferential appointments for now. Thank you, sir, for your comments and manifestation. Anyone else from our resource persons or any of our members present today? Any more comments? Wala na. There being no further comments or suggestions, and considering that this measure has already been approved in the House in the previous Congress, may I now request and solicit a motion for its approval with its corresponding committee report so that we can consolidate all the bills and become a substitute bill? Yes, consolidation and for the approval of the said measure.
Madam Chair,
Yes, Representative Alba.
I'd like to move that House Bills 843, 2983, 4182 be consolidated and the same is approved subject to style. Madam Chair, I'd like also to move that we approve the committee report for the aforementioned bills,
Thank you.
subject to style.
Thank you so much. There being a motion for the approval for the consolidated substitute bill, uh, including its committee report, subject to style and amendments. Are there any objections? There being none, this motion is carried. We will now proceed for the next item. Comsec, please read the title of this measure.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Initial deliberation on House Bill numbers 3641, an act mandating the Civil Service Commission and other relevant agencies to provide a personal finance education program for all state workers, amending the administrative code as amended by Representative Jose Manuel F. Alba.
Yes, we may now recognize Representative Alba to sponsor the measure.
Madam Chair, in the interest of time, I'd like to respectfully manifest that that my explanatory note on House Bill 3941 be adopted as my sponsorship speech for the said measure. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Representative Alba. May we now call on our resource persons to comment or give recommendations or any clarifications, if any, for the said measure. Yes, Mr. Glenn, Pastor.
Again, thank you, ma'am. Regarding House Bill number 03641, we agree with with amending the administrative code to mandate a personal finance education program. It is essential to educate state workers on proper financial management to prevent indebtedness, which often leads to administrative issues and affects the personal well-being of the employees. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, thank you so much, sir. May we now call on representative from DBM, Ms. Joy Rico.
Good morning, Madam Chair, members of the committee, your honors, and colleagues in government, and to everyone present in the meeting. On House Bill number 3641, relative to finance education for all state workers, we defer to the Civil Service Commission on the matter. And should the bill be passed into law, we suggest that the provision for funding requirements be included in the budget proposals of the agencies concerned, subject to evaluation and authorization by the Congress. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Are there any further? Yes, ma'am. Please state your name and introduce yourself for any for your recommendations or manifestation.
Thank you po. Good morning, Madam Chair. I'm April po from TESDA. For TESDA po, TESDA fully supports the Skills Certificate Equivalency Program Act, subject to some recommendations po in some key areas po. Madam Chair, may we submit our position paper na lang po for this?
Thank you so much, Ms.
Thank you
April. May
po.
we solicit for the same manifestation later on when we tackle that measure. Right
Yes po.
now, do you have any further clarifications or manifestation regarding the bill on finance education of Representative Alba? Wala pa.
None po, Madam Chair.
Yes.
Thank you
Thank you
po.
so much. Any other resource person or any clarifications from our members present this morning? There being no other further comments, may I solicit for a motion?
Madam Chair, I move to approve House Bill number 3641, that it may be approved subject to style as well as the committee report.
Thank you so much, Honorable Oreta. There is a motion. May I? Yes, duly seconded for the approval of House Bill numbers 3641 on financial education literacy by Representative Alba. There being no objections, this motion is approved. Congratulations, Representative Alba. Next, we will proceed to our next bill. Comsec, please read the title of the measure.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Initial deliberation on House Bill numbers 4068 and 5735, an act institutionalizing and enhancing the skill certificate equivalency program of the Civil Service Commission and the Technical Education and Skills Development Authority by Representatives Giselle Mary L. Maceda and Brother Eddie C. Villanueva, respectively.
Madam Chair, on behalf of Representative Giselle Mary Maceda, I would like to sponsor and respectfully manifest for the record that her explanatory note on House Bill number 4068 be considered and adopted as her sponsorship speech for this measure. On behalf of Representative Eduardo Brother Eddie Villanueva, I would like to sponsor and respectfully manifest for the record that his explanatory note on House Bill number 5735 be considered and adopted as his sponsorship speech for this measure as well.
Thank you so much, Representative Oreta, for sponsoring the measures of Representative Maceda and Representative Villanueva, respectively. Now we will be proceeding to the comments or recommendation from any of our resource persons. Testa, would you like to say your recommendation?
Madam Chair, thank you po.
April, you are recognized.
Yes, thank you po, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, I would just like to echo what I said a while ago. Apologies for that. That TESDA fully supports the Skill Certificate Equivalency Program Act, and that we will submit our position paper, which reflects our recommendations in some key areas to be considered po. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you so much, Ms. April from TESDA. Now we would like to solicit for any manifestation from PIGEA. Sir Glenn.
Again, thank you, ma'am. I have here our position on House Bill number 04068 and House Bill number 05735. We stand in unity with the objective to institutionalize the Skill Certificate Equivalency Program of the CSE and TESDA. Many government employees possess the necessary skills but lack civil service eligibility. This law will provide them a fair opportunity for promotion and security of tenure based on their proven skills and competitiveness.
Thank you so much, Sir Glenn. No more manifestations from our members. May I now solicit for an approval of the
Madam
measure?
Chair.
Yes, ma'am. Please state your name and in your position and agency.
Yes, I am from TESDA, Madam Chair. I am Babes Andrade po. And I would just like to update the committee on our efforts based on the measures being discussed. We had the CSC and TESDA po had a meeting last September 9 to really iron this out. And we had already draft a joint memorandum circular for these efforts, and the bills are already aligned naman po with what we are doing, and hopefully we can provide and we can put this action into action po, the bills. That would be all, Madam Chair. Thank you po.
Thank you so much, ma'am. There being no other clarifications from our members, may I solicit for the approval of the measure, also for its committee reports and
Madam
may
Chair,
I, yes, Honorable Keith Maikatan.
I would like to move to consolidate the two House bills, House Bill number 4068 and 5735, and thereafter approve these measures and its committee report, Madam Chair.
Second the motion.
There being a motion for the approval and consolidation of House Bill numbers 4068 and 5735 duly seconded, and there being no objections, the motion is carried. Do I hear a motion for any of you who would like to become co-authors of the said measure, including, of course, earlier on we have had all the other measures. Maybe you would like to manifest your interest in becoming co-authors in the measure.
Madam Chair, I move that all members present here in this hearing are be made co-authors of the measures deliberated upon by this committee for this day. Madam Chair, thank you.
Thank you so much. We have a motion considering all the members present in this morning's hearing be made co-authors of the same of the said bills, including, of course, the previous bills that we've had with our author, Representative Alba, for your approval. Of course, there is a motion duly seconded, and the motion is thereby carried. Ms. Comsec, please now read the next title of the next House bill.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Initial deliberation on House Bill numbers 801, 4683, and 5175, an act institutionalizing the implementation of the GIP, authored by Representatives Eduardo R. Rama, Ferdinand Martin G. Romualdez, Andrew Julian K. Romualdez, Jude A. Asidre, and Keith Micah, Attorney Mike D. L. Tan, respectively.
Thank
Madam
you,
Chair.
Comsec. Yes, you are now recognized, Honorable Keith Micah Tan.
On behalf of the authors, Representative Eduardo Rama, Ferdinand Martin G. Romualdez, Andrew Julian K. Romualdez, and Jude A. Asedre, I would like to move that their explanatory note on House Bill 801 and 4683 be made their sponsorship speech respectively. And I would like also to move that my explanatory note on House Bill number 5175 be made my sponsorship speech also, Madam Chair.
Second the motion.
All right, thank you so much. There being a motion that all this explanatory notes, including our author, Honorable Keith Micah Tan, be adopted as their sponsorship speeches for the said House Bills number 801, 4683, and 5175. May we now listen to any of our resource persons present who would like to give their manifestations and recommendations regarding the measure.
Madam Chair.
Yes, Mr. Nankil from the Department of Labor and Employment.
Good morning, Madam Chair, and to this honorable committee. I am Corley Courtney Nankil from the Bureau of Local Employment of DOLE. May I manifest the position paper of our department. The department aims to contribute to the goal of promoting gainful employment opportunities and human resource development through major program areas such as youth employment programs. Also, we recommend retaining the program management of the Government Internship Program or GIP within the DOLE, which shall uphold this mandate in accordance with the Administrative Code of 1987 and the Labor Code of the Philippines as amended. We also recommend the issuance of GIP certificate for beneficiaries who successfully complete the program's duration. Further, we recommend to the legislators to explore the possibility of providing opportunities for GIP beneficiaries to acquire relevant qualifications or a set of competencies aligned with the appropriate TESDA training regulations as applicable, potentially qualifying them to receive a national certificate or NC or a certificate of competency or COC. Further, we also suggest retaining the age requirement of 18 to 30 years old for GIP applicants and even extending it up to 35 years old. This aligns with the essence of the proposed bills and the existing department order of DOLE, which aim to serve both the youth and adults in need of emergency employment intervention. On the standardization of the GIP allowance, The department respectfully recommends that this section be further reviewed in consultation with appropriate and relevant government agencies and supported by evidence-based data. Under the existing guidelines, a GIP allowance is based on the prevailing minimum wage per region. Should this bill be enacted, the standardization would result in an increase in financial support for beneficiaries in 9 regions. However, and a decrease in regions where the minimum wage is currently higher than the proposed allowance. Likewise, the inclusion of grievance mechanisms complements the EBET or Enterprise-Based Education and Training Framework Act, which grants trainees access to such mechanisms. It also mandates the establishment of grievance committee and procedure in all private enterprises implementing an EBET program. Regarding the institutionalization of an oversight committee, we recommend including the DOLE as the chairperson with the Civil Service Commission and the National Youth Commission as co-chairs. This structure would facilitate a more structured and efficient implementation, ensuring continuity and stability, especially since the GIP is designed to immerse youth in public service and train prospective civil servants nationwide. Further, a budget of 100 million peso would be insufficient to support the program's current needs and achieve the desired targets. We have data showing that the scale and complexity of the program require a significantly larger budget to achieve meaningful and sustainable impact. However, still, we defer the final decision regarding this matter to the wisdom and discretion of the legislative branch of the government. Finally, we emphasize that the bills do not include a section on the drafting of the implementing rules and regulation, or IRR. Hence, the department recommends adding a provision for the formulation of the said IRR to ensure clear guidance on the program's implementation and to facilitate its effective administration. That's all, Madam Chair.
Thank you so much, Mr. Nangkil, for your manifestation and your position from DOLE. May we now ask DSWD, we have a representation. Please state your name. DSWD. Yes.
Good morning, Madam Chair, and good morning, everyone, Your Honors. For the DSWD, we support any legislative measure that will concretize our agency's social protection mandate and support and strengthen the development interventions for our children. With this, we will be submitting our position paper once approved and vetted by our Honorable Secretary for the consideration of this body. Thank you po.
Sige, thank you so much, Ma'am Gonzalez. Thank you so much for your inputs. We will be looking forward for the position paper of the SWD. Thank you so much. And may we now call on and DILG? DILG, Sir
Yes,
RC?
yes, Madam Chair.
Yes.
Good morning. The Bureau, I'm from the Bureau of Local Government Development, DILG. The Bureau has no further comments and generally supports the bill. However, the proposed measures concern several units in the department, and we respectfully request the committee to allow us more time to consolidate the department's official position, which will be submitted as soon as possible time. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you so much, sir. May we now call on a representative from NYC? Please
Yes.
state your name. for the
Thank you,
record.
Madam Chair. I am Attorney Laarni Lavin from the National Youth Commission. Here on behalf of our chairperson, USEC Joseph Francisco Ortega. We thank you for the opportunity to convey the position of the National Youth Commission. We express our strong support for the pending House bills seeking to institutionalize the government internship program and provide dedicated funding for its implementation. Formalizing the GIP will ensure stable, equitable, and accessible pathways for young Filipinos to gain meaningful work experience in the public sector. This initiative directly aligns with the NYC's mandate to promote youth participation in nation building and to expand opportunities for skills development, employability, and career readiness. By equipping young people with practical competencies and exposure to government service, the GIP strengthens youth engagement in governance while helping bridge school to work transitions. The GIP is likewise consistent with the Philippine Youth Development Plan 2023 to 2028, particularly its objective of mobilizing youth and encouraging youth participation in education and lifelong learning. By integrating experiential learning and hands-on skills development into the internship experience, the program reinforces the PYDP's goal of providing high-quality learning pathways that enhance the personal and professional growth of young Filipinos. In line with strengthening its developmental value, we respectfully suggest that the bill include a requirement for all implementing agencies to adopt a structured learning plan for the interns, which would establish clear learning outputs and outcomes that also ensure that the program consistently delivers meaningful and competency-based training. We also acknowledge the provisions in the proposed bills designating the NYC as chair of the oversight committee tasked to monitor the GIP implementation. Apart from other duties such as GIP certification, creation and maintenance of a database as a monitoring tool for all institutions, and the bearer of training modules. This is a welcome recognition of the Commission's mandate. However, the matter shall be taken up with our members of the Commission proper to consolidate comments and suggestions for the perusal of this committee, which we shall submit through an official position paper. In sum, we remain committed to working with the Congress and partner agencies to ensure that the government internship program continues to empower Filipino youth as active contributors to national development. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you so much, NYC. May we now solicit for any recommendation from DBM? Yes, ma'am.
Good morning again, Madam Chair. I'm Joy Rico from the Budget Information Legislative Service of the DBM. On House Bill numbers 801, 4683, and 5175, relative to government internship program, the Civil Service Commission is in a better position to set internship standards that align with civil service requirements. And the proposed role of the CSC is inherent to its mandate. As to the appropriations language, may we respectfully note that in general, we discourage the earmarking of funds for specific items of expenditure in as much as it limits the flexibility of the government to efficiently allocate public resources. As a policy, funding of programs, activities, and projects should be subject to the usual budgeting process and congressional authorization. Hence, we respectfully suggest the adoption of the usual appropriations language. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you so much, Ma'am Rico. Before we proceed, may we now recognize our representative from the Lone District of the City of Iloilo, the Deputy Majority Leader Representative Julian Jam Baronda. Good morning, Kong. To continue, may we now recognize Sir Glenn of our. Do you have any comments on regarding the matter of the GIPs?
Sa ngayon, wala pa po kasi hindi kami napadala ng regarding the matter.
All right. Do we have any representative from the LGU? The ILG, may we solicit for your manifestation? Sir Arce?
Good morning, Madam Chair. Similar to the previous measures, we still need to consolidate our official inputs from other DILG units. But for the Bureau of Local Government Development, we fully support the bill and has no further comments. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, sir. Any more manifestations or recommendations from our resource persons or from our members? Wala na? May I solicit for a motion?
Madam Chair, for House Bill 801, 4683, and 5175. I move for the approval of the measure and its committee report that they may be consolidated. We'll consolidate them into a substitute bill that incorporates all valid recommendations.
Second the motion.
Thank you so much, Honorable Oreta. There is a motion which was duly seconded by Representative Alba to approve House Bill numbers 801, 4683, and 5175 in principle, and which is an act institutionalizing the implementation of the government internship program and appropriating funds therefore and for other purposes. We will be approving this in principle and consolidating all three House bills for a substitute bill and direct the preparation for it and including pending the submission of all the position papers of our different agencies concerned, also approving in principle for the corresponding committee report for your consideration also for our next committee meeting. It was already duly seconded and there being no objections, this motion is carried. Yes. Thank you. There is a motion by our representative Jam Baronda, which was duly seconded by our representative Oreta, for the co-authorship of all the bills that were recently deliberated. There being it has been duly seconded. There being no objection, this motion is carried. Comsec, may we now continue and read the title of the next measure?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Initial deliberation on House Bill number 2771, an act ensuring transparency, accountability, and inclusiveness in the recruitment, selection, and appointment process in government service, amending the omnibus rules on appointments and other human resource actions, and for other purposes by Representatives Ferdinand Martin G. Romualdez, Andrew Julian K. Romualdez, Yedda Marie K. Romualdez, and Jude A. Asidre.
Madam Chair,
Yes, Representative Baronda.
in lieu of this, Mr. Chair, I would like, since they were not present, I would like to sponsor the said measure. And I would like to inform this body that the explanatory note be my sponsorship speech. With that, I move for the approval of the House Bill number two. I will sponsor for the House Bill number 2771. So move, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Representative Baronda,
Second.
thank you for sponsoring the bills on behalf of our authors, including it has already been seconded. We will now be proceeding for the comments and recommendations of the different agencies who may have their position for the said bills. May we call Ma'am Joy Rico from the DBM for your manifestation.
Madam Chair, on House Bill number 2771, relative to transparent appointments in government, the CSC or Civil Service Commission promulgates rules on human resource actions. Hence, we defer to the CSC on the matter. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you so much, Ma'am Joy. Anyone else from our resource persons who would like to give their recommendations? Sir Glenn Pastor Fide.
Madam Chair. Again, on House Bill 2771, the Philippine Government Employees Association support the amendment of the omnibus rules and appointments on other human resource actions. And this is to ensure greater transparency and accountability. The recruitment and selection process must be strictly based on merit and fitness. No? And in case po, Madam Chair, ma-approve ito, at kung mag-create tayo ng technical working group, we will be gladly participate on the matter. Thank you po.
Thank you, Sir Fide. Anyone else from our resource persons? Before we proceed, I would like to recognize Representative Bella Swansing, our Assistant Majority Leader. Thank you for attending this morning's session. We have any more positions from our resource persons? May I now solicit for the approval in principle for we will. May I solicit a motion for a creation of a TWG as recommended, so we may be able to discuss this further.
Madam Chair, in lieu of this, I would like to move for the creation of the TWG to finally discuss the matters and recommend it again went back to the committee. So move, Madam Chair.
Second the motion, Madam Chair.
There is a motion for the creation of a technical working group duly seconded so that we may be able to discuss this bill further, and which is an act ensuring the transparency and accountability and inclusiveness in the recruitment, selection, and appointment process in government service, amending the omnibus rules on the appointments and other human resource action, taking in consideration as well the recommendations and comments of our resource persons earlier mentioned. We will be create a TWG and we will announce the chairperson niya. Sino bang pwedeng mag-chair? Would you like to chair the TWG? Kong Jam Baronda.
Yes, Madam Chair, I would
yes.
love to, Madam Chair.
Thank you so much, Kong. Also, we will be once again inviting you for the TWG, all our resource persons who will be giving their positions for the said measure.
Thank
There
you,
was
Madam
a
Chair.
motion, yes. There was a motion which was already duly seconded earlier for the creation of a TWG. This motion is carried. Now we will now proceed to our next measure. Comsec, please read.
Thank you,
The
Madam
title.
Chair. Initial deliberation on House Bill number 2440, an act penalizing the act of money lending with interest by salary disbursing officers in public or private entities, providing penalties for violations therefore, and for other purposes by Reps Rufus B. Rodriguez and Maximo B. Rodriguez Jr.
May I request the representative to sponsor the measure for.
Madam Chair.
Yes, Representative Baronda.
President Rufus Rodriguez is my idol. I would like to sponsor the said measure and act penalizing the act of money lending with interest by salary disbursing officers in public or private entities, providing penalties for violation thereof. And I would like to move that the explanatory note of the said bill shall be my sponsorship speech. So move,
Second the
Madam
motion,
Chair.
Madam Chair.
Thank you so much for sponsoring the measure of House Bill number 02440, which was also seconded by Representative Alba. May we now call on our resource persons who may have any comments or suggestions for the said measure. Yes, Sir Glenn Fide.
Glenn Pastor Fide po. One
Glenn
word.
Pastor Fide. Thank you so much.
On House Bill number 2400, we strongly recognize the necessity of this bill penalizing money lending with interest by salary disbursing officers. Employees' salaries must be protected from predatory interest deducted directly from the source of their compensation. So marami pong nangyayari ito sa ating mga agencies at opisina. So we strongly support this bill penalizing the money lender or the loan lenders po. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sir Glenn Pastor Fide. Anyone else? Dole, do we have any recommendations for the said measure?
Madam Chair, the department will submit its position paper once approved by our principals po.
Thank you so much, Sir Nangkil. Anyone else from the DBM? May we also solicit for your comments?
Madam Chair, on House Bill 2440, I believe the bill was not referred to us for comments, Madam Chair.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Madam.
May we also request the DBM to submit a position regarding position paper for this measure. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Noted, Madam Chair.
Thank you po. Anyone else from our resource persons? There being no other comments or recommendations from our resource persons, any more from our may we now ask and
Madam Chair,
solicit a motion. Thank you.
I'd like to move for the approval of the said measure in principle, pending the submission of position paper of all the agencies concerned.
I second the motion, Madam Chair.
Thank you so much. There is a motion for the approval of House Bill in principle. House Bill number 2440, which is an act penalizing the act of money lending with interest by salary disbursing officers in public or private entities, providing penalties for violations therefore, and for other purposes by Representative Rufus Rodriguez and Maximo Rodriguez Jr. It has been moved to be approved in principle, which was also duly seconded.
Madam Chair, I'd like to amend my motion.
Yes.
I'd like
Rep.
to move
Al.
that the said measure be approved in principle, subject to the submission of all the position papers, subject to amendments and style.
There is a motion by Representative Alba, which was earlier seconded. There being no objections, this motion is carried. Comsec, may we now have the next measure? Please read the title of the bill.
Initial deliberation on House Bill number 2450, an act providing early retirement and voluntary separation from the government service, providing a system of funding therefore and for other purposes by Representatives Rufus B. Rodriguez and Maximo B. Rodriguez Jr.
Once again, may we now call on a representative who can sponsor the measure?
Madam Chair,
Yes, Representative Alba.
I'd like to manifest that on behalf of Representatives Rufus Rodriguez and Maximo Rodriguez, I'd like to manifest that the explanatory note of House Bill 2450 be made the sponsorship speech, be adopted as sponsorship speech for the said measure. So move, Madam
I
Chair.
second the motion, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Representative Alba, for sponsoring the measure for our authors, which was also earlier on duly seconded by Representative Ronda. May we now solicit for any comments and suggestions from our resource persons? May we recognize a representative from COA, Attorney?
Attorney Manuel Alba po,
Yeah.
from the Commission on Audit.
Yes, sir, you are recognized.
Good morning, Madam Chair and members of the committee. For the Commission on Audit, we fully support the proposed legislation, and we just request for additional time to give our comments on the proposed legislation, Madam Chair. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Attorney. From COAM, do we have any other resource persons who have further comments regarding this matter? Yes, Sir Pastor Fide.
Madam Chair, on House Bill number 02450, we support the establishment of an early retirement and voluntary separation system, provided it comes with adequate funding and incentives. This offers a dignified option for employees who wish to retire or pursue other paths before reaching the mandatory retirement age. Yun lang po.
Thank you, Sir Glenn. May we also, yes, Ma'am Joy Rico of DBM, you are recognized.
Madam Chair, on House Bill number 2450, relative to early retirement and voluntary separation from the government service, may we note that there is the government optimization program pursuant to RA number 12231. May we respectfully suggest that the bill consider the GOP since the proposal may run counter to the said efforts of the government, Madam Chair. Thank you. We will just submit the details in our position paper, Madam Chair.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Ma'am Joy. Anyone else who would like to give their comments or suggestions? May I now solicit a motion from one of our members? Yes,
Madam Chair, I'd like to
Representative
move
Alba.
that we approve the said measure in principle. And of course, pending the submission of position papers of all agencies, relevant agencies, and at the same time, subject to amendments and style. So move.
Yes, there is a motion that we will be approving this measure in principle, subject to the submission of all the position papers of all the concerned agencies, uh, subject to amendments and style. Are there any objections? There being none, may I also hear a second?
Motion, Madam Chair.
This is already duly seconded. This motion is carried. May I also ask any of the members who are interested to be a co-author? May I hear a motion?
With that, Mr. Chair, Madam Chair, I would like to move that all members present should be co-author the said measure.
Second.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. We have a motion that the members who are present who are interested to become co-authors of the said measure be made co-authors, of course, with the permission of our principal authors. This has been duly seconded as well. This motion is carried. Comsec, may we now have the next measure? Please read the title of the bill, Comsec.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Initial deliberation on House Bill number 1580, an act allowing the extension of services of retirable officials and employees in the government service under exceptional circumstances by Representative Kristine Alexie Tutor.
May I have a member who would like to sponsor the measure? Representative Alba, you are recognized.
Madam Chair, I'd like to move that the explanatory note of House Bill 1580 be adopted as the sponsorship speech for the said measure. So move, Madam Chair.
The motion, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Representative Alba, for sponsoring the measure. For our author, Representative Tutor, on House Bill number 1580, which was duly seconded. Now we will be calling on any of the resource persons who would like to give their comments and suggestions regarding the measure on House Bill 1580. Anyone? Yes, Attorney Ferrer of COA.
Good morning, Madam Chair. Attorney John Mercer from the Commission on Audit. The Commission fully supports the intended legislation, and we have no objection to the proposed bill. However, we will be submitting our comments as soon as possible, Madam Chair. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Attorney. Anyone else from our resource persons who would like to give their recommendations or suggestions?
Madam Chair.
Yes, Sir
Okay.
Glenn, Pastor Fide.
Okay, on House Bill number 01580, which is introduced by Congressman Alba. Thank you, sir. We are open to the proposal.
Sir Glenn, it was introduced by Congresswoman Kristine Tutor.
Yeah. Thank you
Alexie
for correcting me,
Tutor.
sir. We are open to the proposal allowing the extension of services of retirable officials under exceptional circumstances. However, there must be a clear guidelines to ensure this does not hinder the career advancement of younger employees ready to ascend to the leadership of the positions. I have also my own experience where I was extended for another 6 months. So, medyo personal din sa akin ito. And I would like to share our experience in case magkaroon po ng technical working group regarding this one. But anyway, we fully support the Philippine Government Employees Association, fully support this bill. Thank you po.
Sir Glenn, Pastor Fide, we note on your suggestion and recommendation, and for your position, may we also request it to be submitted to this committee? Anyone else from our resource persons who would like to give their comments? May I now request any of our members for a motion regarding this measure?
Madam Chair, with that, I move to.
Yes, Representative Baronda.
I move for the adoption and approval of House Bill number 1580. So move, Madam Chair.
In principle.
To approve this in principle, pending submission of the proposed comment, opposition paper in the said measure, subject to amendments and style. So move, Madam Chair.
Second the motion, Madam Chair.
Thank you so much, Congresswoman Baronda, for the motion to approve in principle House Bill number 1580, which was duly seconded also by Representative Alba, which is pending the submission of the position papers of our agencies, including, of course, suggestions that were given, and that this motion be subject to amendments and style. There being no objections, this motion is carried. Comsec, may we now proceed to our next. Oh yes, who would? May I solicit a motion for any motion for co-authorship of the said measure?
Ako na. Hindi pa po.
Yes, Kong Baronda. No, for 1580 for co-authorship.
Ako, ikaw nag-move, no?
Co-authorship next production sponsor.
Okay. Madam Chair, I'd like to move that
Representative Alba.
all members present here today be made co-authors of the said measure. So move, Madam Chair.
The motion, Madam Chair.
There is a motion for those members who are interested to become co-authors of the said bill, House Bill number 01580, for which was duly seconded. This for all the members present to be co-authors of the said bill. No objections. This motion is carried. Comsec, we will now proceed to our next measure.
Thank you, Madam Chair. House Bill number 4462, an act providing that all contractual and casual employees in the government service be paid corresponding wages during special public and local holidays and appropriating funds therefore by Representatives Ramon Jolo B. Revilla III, Laarni Mercado Revilla, and Brian B. Revilla.
Madam
May
Chair.
yes, Representative Baronda, please sponsor the measure.
In behalf, Madam Chair, of the sponsors of this measure, I would like to manifest that I sponsor the House Bill number 4462, providing that all contractual and casual employees in the government service be paid corresponding wages during special public and local holidays and appropriating the funds thereof. I would like to move to manifest that the sponsorship speech, explanatory note shall be my sponsorship speech. So move, Madam Chair.
Second.
Thank you, Representative Baronda, for sponsoring House Bill number 4462, which was duly seconded. Now we will be calling on our resource persons once again for your recommendations and suggestions regarding the measure. Anyone from the resource persons? Do you have any suggestion for House Bill number 4462? An act providing that all contractual and casual employees in the government service be paid corresponding wages during special public and local holidays and appropriating funds therefore. May I call COA? Do you have any recommendations or suggestions?
Yes, Madam Chair, good morning again. For this particular bill, we will also be sending our comments and clarification on the bill, specifically under Section 1 or coverage. And for all other matters, we defer the comments to our colleagues in the civil service, Madam Chair. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Attorney. May we ask a representative from DBM, Mama Joy Rico?
Madam Chair, on House Bill number 4462, just a brief note, Madam Chair, that currently contractual employees are being paid on a monthly basis, which already includes declared holidays by the President. On the other hand, for casual employees, no wages are paid to said employees during rest days and holidays. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you for your comments, Ms. Joy Rico. Any response from our members regarding this? Anyone else who would like to give their comments and suggestions regarding this? Yes,
Madam
Sir
Chair.
Glenn.
Thank you po for recognizing me again. No? From our organization, the public sector workers, this is a matter of social justice on House Bill 04462. PGA vehemently supports the payment of corresponding wages to contractual and casual employees during special public and local holidays. The no work, no pay policy is unjust on these days, as holidays are declared by the government and not due to the employee's choice to be absent. This is a step forward to the equitable wage we advocate for. Thank you po.
Thank you, Sir Glenn, for your manifestation and comment regarding this matter. Anyone else who would like to air their comments? Any motion from the members present?
Madam Chair,
Yes, Representative Alba, you're recognized.
I'd like to move that the measure currently being deliberated be principle, while the committee is awaiting for the submission of position papers from all relevant agencies. At the same time, subject to further amendments and style. So move, Madam Chair.
Any second, please?
I second, Madam Chair.
Thank you so much. There is a motion to approve in principle House Bill number 4462, pending the submission of the position papers of our relevant agencies, resource persons. Also, for the position and for the bill be pending its amendments and style. Subject to amendments and style, there being no objections. Once again, may I remind our resource persons to submit your position papers on time. At least siguro mga 1 week, no? So we can at the most, kasi we're almost Christmas break na, baka naman pwedeng masubmit ninyo yung position papers nyo in a week's time so we can put together, incorporate all your suggestions and recommendations for all the measures that we've been taking up. Thank you so much. So there being no objections, this motion for approval in principle is thereby carried. ComSec, for our last measure, please read the title of the bill.
Thank you, Madam Chair. House Bill number 4100, an act to require each agency of the government to establish and implement a policy under which employees shall be authorized to telework and for other purposes, by Representative Ramon N. Gico.
Madam Chair.
Yeah, may I now recognize our Honorable Assistant Majority Leader, Honorable Bella Swansing, to sponsor the measure.
Thank you, Madam Chair. On behalf of Representative Ramon Guico Jr., I will be sponsoring House Bill number 4100, if I may. He has sent a sponsorship speech, which I would like to read. Madam Chair, distinguished colleagues, I have the honor of sponsoring House Bill number 4100, or the Work at Home app. This measure advances a simple but necessary reform to institutionalize telework across all government agencies through clear standards, safeguards, and performance-based guidelines. While we have long recognized telecommuting as a viable option in the private sector under Republic Act number 11165, our own civil service, equally burdened by long commutes, rigid schedules, and operational inefficiencies, has yet to fully benefit from this flexible agreement. This bill provides that opportunity without compromising service delivery, accountability, or ethical requirements. This measure is not an experiment, but an investment in a more modern, more resilient, and more productive government. By requiring each agency to establish telework policies, adopt uniform training and monitoring protocols, and strengthen information security standards, we promote efficiency while protecting the integrity of public service. Telework has been shown to reduce turnover, improve performance, enhance emergency readiness, and lower operating costs. It also supports our solo parents, PWDs, senior workers, and employees who endure daily commutes that undermine their well-being. With this bill, we provide structure, not leniency, flexibility, not laxity. In view of these merits, I respectfully seek the approval of this measure. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you so much, Representative Bella Swansing, for the sponsoring the measure of House Bill number 4100 of Representative Ramon Guico Jr. May we now solicit for the comments and recommendations or suggestions of our resource persons regarding this House Bill. From Pigea, Sir Glenn, Pastor Fide, do you have any comments regarding this measure?
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Madam Chair. On House Bill 04100, we are in favor of establishing a telework policy. Flexible work arrangements are timely and will contribute to the productivity and welfare of employees, especially amidst traffic conditions and other challenges, provided that continuous delivery of public service is assured. And we respectfully urge the committee to pass these measures for the welfare of the bureaucracy. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sir Glenn, for your position. Um, any more from our resource persons who would like to give their comments or suggestions regarding the measure? May I solicit for one of the members to approve this measure in principle, pending the submission of position papers, including those of our agencies who have manifested their excuse for not being here, especially for the Civil Service Commission, for their position papers. May I hear a motion, please?
Madam Chair,
Yes,
With-
Representative Baronda.
with this, Madam Chair, I move for the approval of an act requiring each agency of the government to establish, implement policy under which employees shall be authorized to telework and for other purposes subject to, with the uh, submission of the comments of the different agencies who are not present and present, subject to amendments, style, tama. Subject to style. Move, Madam Chair.
Second.
There is a motion for the approval in principle for the said measure, House Bill number 4100, duly seconded, of course, subject to the submission of the positions of our resource persons and different agencies who are relevant to this House Bill, subject also to amendments and style. There being no objections, this motion is carried. Are there any other matters for today's meeting? Wala na.
Madam Chair,
Yes,
may I be
Sir Glenn.
recognized again? Ngayong araw po kasi founding anniversary ng Philippine Government Employees Association. And we are delighted to announce to this esteemed body, this august body, that the Philippine Government Employees Association is celebrating its 80th founding anniversary, marking 8 decades of fostering a stronger and more collaborative environment within the public sector. Taos-puso po kami nagpapasalamat sa inyong patuloy na pagkilala at pagtaguyod sa mga karapatan at proteksyon ng mga manggagawa sa publiko sibil. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you so much, Sir Glenn, Pastor Fide, for your announcement of your 80th anniversary of the Philippine Government Employees Association. Congratulations on this milestone for 80 years. Thank you so much for your service as well. And for everyone else, any more
Madam Chair.
other matters?
Madam
Yes,
Chair, we
Representative.
joined the celebration of for your 80th anniversary, Madam Chair.
Invited po kayong lahat sa Ramada Hotel sa Santa Cruz po.
Santa Cruz.
Salamat din po. There being no other matters to
Madam Chair,
discuss?
with
Yes.
that, I move for the adjournment of the said hearing.
There is a measure
Second.
to adjourn and duly seconded. No objections. Thank you once again and good morning sa inyo. This committee hearing is hereby adjourned.